Welcome to a very rainy and kind of miserable Singapore. The rain just seems to be following us. We've only had one dry port since we left Sydney, and that was Komodo a few days ago. The rain has just been everywhere ever since. So Singapore, not the greatest day, and I've actually just come back from the immigration queue. One of my favourite things about working on cruise ships is the amount of immigration that we have to do. That's sarcasm, by the way. And today is no exception. Today is a nightmare, I'll be honest. It's 11:30. And I've just given up. The people that got off this morning at 9:30, and they're still in the queue at 11:30. So it's at least a 2-hour wait to get off and go through immigration, which is kind of ridiculous. Fortunately though, we are here in port until 10 p.m. So we have all day here. I finished work today at 6:30. So 6:30, it still gives me, 3 hours to get off and explore Singapore in all of its glory. It's also raining, so I'm not particularly missing much right now in the day either. And Gardens by the Bay, that's the place I want to see. Gardens by the Bay is supposed to be really nice at night with all the tree canopy things all lit up. So that's what I'm hoping to do. So honestly, I'm not that bothered about missing the actual day portion of Singapore. I'm going to go and get some food because I was hoping to get some breakfast in Singapore. Now I know that's not going to happen. I'm starving. It's lunchtime now. It's lunchtime now, so I'm going to go get dressed back into my usual work attire so I can then visit the guest buffet upstairs. Our mess, I don't know, I might try the mess actually. Don't know, I'm going to try the mess, and if not, I'll go to the buffet. See you all tonight in Singapore when hopefully I can get off. And now finally at 6:30, I'm off the ship and I'm in Singapore. But I was in that much of a rush to get off the ship, I left my money on board the ship, and I just don't have the time to go back and get it because it's another sort of 20 minutes to get through the immigration security again. Even when nobody was there, it took forever. So I don't know. The Genting Dream is here today. There it is. I thought they went bust, to be fair. Genting, maybe they've been brought back to life. Anyway, so yes, I'm gonna go and walk to the city. It looks quite close. I can literally see Marina Bay Sands, which is right there, and then Gardens by the Bay doesn't look that far away from that, so that looks like it's about a 20-minute walk if I walk fast. So I'm going to walk there, see what I can see, go to the gardens, see what I can see. And the original plan was to get some food, but without any money, no food. So as I commence this 20-minute, half an hour walk into the city, first impressions of Singapore: it's warm, it's nice, it's incredibly underdeveloped. I mean, I thought that Singapore's supposed to be the cruise and the sort of the connection to the world into Asia, and the cruise port is just, as you can see, it's fields. The cruise ships are right behind me, and it's just fields and fields. I mean, there's the big city. I expected that. Big, tall buildings, really flashy-looking buildings. But the cruise port is a bit small, which is fine. It's just not what I expected. It's clean, it's tidy, it looks safe. It's just not particularly very big. In terms of work today was incredibly dead. We arrived at 9, so everybody was stuck in the immigration procedures all morning. So nobody came to see me in the office. And then this afternoon, like I said before, we're here till 10. Everybody at 4 o'clock in the afternoon is in the city. No one is on the ship. Literally nobody is on the ship, which means there's literally nobody for me to serve. And I literally, and I'm not making this up, I didn't see a soul anywhere near my office this afternoon. I've done 4 till 6, so my specialist is going to do 6 till 8. And I said, bearing in mind 6 till 8 is the graveyard shift, you're going to see literally 0 people this afternoon because everyone's here. And rightly so. We've had 7 sea days, including Komodo. Now I'm including Komodo as a sea day because if you didn't have a excursion, you couldn't get off the ship. And only half our guests had an excursion. So to a lot of guests, it's all been sea day for like 7 days now. Anybody who's going to come and see us will see us on a sea day. The first port in a week, of course, everyone's going to get off. So, yes, incredibly dead day, 0 revenue in terms of everything. 0 world cruise bookings, 0 regular bookings, 0 deposits made. It's a really depressing day today. I did jump onto the wake show for like 5 minutes before. Otherwise, nothing particularly exciting has happened today at all. I'm amazed how swampy it is and how boggy it is in Singapore. I didn't expect this at all. I thought it would all be, modern architecture, which it is. Granted, it is. It's beautiful in the main city by the looks of it. but there's so much of this bog and swamp everywhere. I just didn't expect this at all. I mean, I knew Southeast Asia is generally all jungly and boggy. I just didn't expect this from Singapore. I'm getting closer and closer to Marina Bay Sands and Gardens by the Bay. I've just seen the sign for it. I've got literally an hour to get back to the ship. It's only about a whole. Back on board the ship, we made it in time, but I did take a detour, so my plan did slightly change. As I was walking back, I ran into my doctor friend, Sarah. And Sarah was like, hey, there's a light show on in a minute. Are you going to come and stay and watch the light show? So we stayed and we watched the light show, and the light show was amazing. All the sort of these trees that are sort of the walkway in the day light up, and they all sort of like dance to the music, and it was super cool. And then we got a taxi back to the ship. I've just been for some food. I've just had dinner with the crew office people, and I'm going to go in a minute for a tequila with my friend from the crew office. I mean Diet Coke. What am I saying? So, good night from Singapore. Tomorrow is a sea day. And then we are in Penang, which is in Malaysia. And then we are in Phuket. And then we're in Colombo. And then we're in Dubai. Alejandro will be here in 11 days' time.